just between you and me, the worst part about being the person who reads the menu every year is while everybody else is eating appetizers, I'm just reading the menu. I get very hungry by the end. Welcome to Tingledom. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our Tingledom Castle Thanksgiving in 2020. We will, of course, begin with our traditional reading of the menu. And if you look at your seats, you should all have a copy of the menu as well, if you like to follow along. Our menu consists of appetizers, main dishes, sides, which are divided into vegetables, dressings, our sweeter sides, and our starchy sides. Then we have our bread course, our desserts, our pies, and finally, our drinks. So without further ado, let us begin the 2020 Thanksgiving menu reading. You will notice during the menu reading on your table a few select appetizers. We have deviled eggs, 3 types, all slightly different recipes coming from Katie, Alexis, and Mackenzie. So try, see which one you like the best. I think they are all good in their own way. And all of them are, of course, topped with scrumptious paprika. Next, we have our olives. Black olives, a favorite with the kids to put on their fingers. I definitely remember doing that in plenty of my childhood Thanksgivings. And we also have a stuffed green olives for your consumption. And finally, for a little added flair, we have Emily's brie and cranberry pastry bites. These are wrapped in golden pastry. The sweetness and tartness of cranberry combines with creamy and decadent brie. If I weren't reading this menu right now, I would be tucking right into one of those. They sound amazing. Now, the key point in any Thanksgiving menu, of course, is our main dish, and we do have the traditional turkey, as well as a couple others to join our menu. We have Susan's turkey with stuffing. This is a traditional turkey, cooked just the way your grandmother used to. Golden brown on the outside, with homemade stuffing on the inside. I remember Susan's turkey from last year, and it was amazing. Take a drumstick, some nice breast meat, or succulent dark meat. We also have our sunflower turkey, which the name has nothing to do with the flavor. This is a turkey that has been produced by soaking in brine to ensure a nice, consistent saltiness throughout all of that delicious turkey meat. It's followed by a drying period to allow a deliciously crispy skin. This has been seasoned with herbs and butter. Delightful. Now we have another meat option for you, which is Jay's honey ham. Ham, the other feast meat. Jay's honey ham is drizzled with a sauce made from brown sugar, honey, and just a touch of pineapple juice. This helps to balance out the sweetness of those two sweeteners as a gorgeous caramelized exterior. I did peek in the kitchen to see it. It looks amazing. And a tasty and savory interior. Another ham option is Alexis's ham, a mouth-watering spiral cut ham, full of hearty flavor. Just need to shift hands. My hands get tired in their eating. Moving on to our more international fare, we have Tom's lasagna. You won't want to miss it. Layers of homemade pasta, bechamel sauce, and ground beef red sauce are combined into this satisfying lasagna, topped with mozzarella and Parmesan cheese. A true indulgence. We also have Monica's tamales. Homemade masa is combined with 3 delicious fillings in this Mesoamerican delight, cooked right inside of a corn husk, the traditional way, of course. Fillings include fried pork, chicken with tomato cilantro salsa, and a wonderful portobello and polenta option. Caters to all diets. Next is the Swedish meatballs. Tender and juicy meatballs are enrobed in a brown cream sauce. This has a hint of soy sauce for these not so traditional Swedish meatballs. And Rami Ray's gumbo. And can I just say, this year I have rediscovered echoes of the bayou, and I have been obsessed with gumbo. So Rami's gumbo will definitely be consumed by me today. This gumbo is from the heart of the bayou. This has been prepared by Tingledom's own Echoes of the Bayou chef. We pull the favor. It's named in honor of Rami Ray, a friend of Tingledom. It has andouille sausage, shrimp, and chicken, combined with a chocolatey dark roux. It's in color, not flavor. Don't worry. And the holy trinity of vegetables: celery, onions, and green pepper. Very delightful. And we do have rice to go with that as well. Now, once you've selected your main, you'll of course want to accompany it with delightful and delectable sides. We've got you covered there. For our vegetable sides, we have acorn squash, baked until soft and beautiful, with its own natural hint of sweetness as it caramelizes on the edge. We have our squash with nutmeg. The flavor of the squash has been enhanced with a hint of nutmeg for true appeal. Have our sweet potatoes. Sweet potato casserole is to come, don't worry. But this is our baked sweet potato. Crispy on the outside, soft and perfection on the inside, ready to be smothered in butter, gravy, or whatever your heart desires. We also have Mama D's corn casserole, an inviting casserole which is a cross between cornbread, creamed corn, and a souffle. When baked, it gets a nice caramelized top. It is golden brown and to die for. But really, if you've never tried corn casserole, Mama D's is the one to try. There are also buttered green beans. Fresh green beans cooked to perfection and slathered in generous amounts of fresh cream butter. Samantha's green bean casserole is another option. A creamy mushroom A creamy mushroom sauce smothers tender green beans, topped off with crispy French fried onions. A true Thanksgiving classic. Now, my personal favorite in the vegetable sides, Berkeley's Southern green beans, fried up with onion and bacon. Does it get any better than that? No, it does not. Finally, we have Mrs. Morgan's 7-layer salad. Chopped lettuce is covered with a layer of Miracle Whip, and then topped with chopped green pepper, chopped celery, shredded cheese, and sprinkled over top with delightful bacon bits. Is anybody else hungry? I know you all are tucking in to the appetizers, but I can't eat and talk at the same time. Now for our dressings. Obviously had one turkey with stuffing, but there are more. We have Chandela's classic Southern cornbread dressing, an Alabama favorite and staple of every Southern Thanksgiving. Probably shouldn't try that accent again. This classic Southern cornbread dressing is prepared with cornbread, herbs, butter, sweet onion, and delicious bits of celery. We have Caitlin's cornbread dressing as well. The secret ingredient in this cornbread dressing is some pickles and pickle juice. They add just that extra bit of texture and tang that will make you want to devour this cornbread dressing. Trust me. And we have Margie's stovetop stuffing, or Kraft stovetop stuffing, a true classic beloved around the United States for its ease of preparation with no sacrifice on taste. Been eating it for years. Kraft's stovetop stuffing has been imported to Tingledom and prepared just as directed on the box, so as to be just how you remember it from back home. Now we have our more elevated stuffing as well, our herb stuffing. Country loaf bread forms the basis of this amazing herb stuffing. Seasoned with rosemary, thyme, both fresh right here, just right outside, in the Tingledom Castle greenhouses. And it's also prepared with chicken stock, a perfect complement to your Thanksgiving turkey. And then, of course, gravy. Where would we be in our Thanksgiving at Tingledom Castle without a huge complement of gravies? We've got all the classics: turkey, chicken, sausage gravy, and so many more. On the gravy table, the basics will be brought to your tables, but do go and check it out. I think we've hit over 50 different types of gravy this year. And I know you, Janet, you'll be trying every single one. I mean, if you love your gravy, that's what you gotta do, don't you? Now, on to our sweeter sides. We have Margie's cranberry sauce. Margie brings us 2 types of cranberry sauce, at least one of which is sure to fulfill your cranberry craving. We have one that is so smooth, and the other with chunks of berry in it. Cranberry sauce complements the saltiness of the turkey like nothing else. We also have our fruit salad with whipped cream. Bananas, mandarin oranges, pineapple chunks, and maraschino cherries are chopped and combined in this wonderful fruit salad, which is topped with a decadent cream sauce. And we also have what I know many of you have been holding out for, maybe even all year: Tiffany's sweet potato casserole. A favorite Thanksgiving dish. Sweet potatoes prepared in a scrumptious Now for our starchy sides, we have mac and cheese. Creamy, cheesy, starchy. This mac and cheese will stick to your bones. Baked with a crunchy topping with cheese that will ooze out of every single bite. And of course, for 50 gravies, we have to have at least a respectable number of mashed potatoes. So next to our gravy table is the mashed potato table, with more preparations than you could imagine. Skin in, skin off, milk, butter, cream, some with chives, some without, some with garlic, some without. My personal favorites are the caramelized onion garlic mashed potatoes made with cream. They are sinful. Look around at the table, find your favorite, or try them all. There will also be a selection placed in front of you. If you're too full from your earlier courses to get up, I wouldn't blame you. Now, one particular preparation that we're highlighting this year, because I tried it and I thought, oh, this is so good, is the noodles on mashed potatoes. Apparently this is quite popular in the Midwest. Very special preparation. Chicken broth serves the base of the sauce, which smothers homemade egg noodles, which are then topped on mashed potatoes. I'm telling you, you never had it, you gotta at least try a little bit. I can just imagine in Iowa winters, all cold inside, and just noodles on mashed potatoes. Warms you right up. Finally, we have our hash brown casserole. Shredded hash browns are enrobed in a creamy and cheesy chicken sauce, topped off with cheese that browns and bakes. Good with turkey, and a must as a side for ham. Definitely need it. The thing about every course in Thanksgiving is they're all the best course. All the food we've just been talking about is amazing, but you couldn't have Thanksgiving without a bread course. We have biscuits. Buttermilk biscuits. The buttermilk gives these an extra lift. So they are the fluffiest and most appetizing biscuits you will have ever had. I guarantee it. We also have Sabrina's cornbread. Cornbread, my friends, cornbread. A sweet and dense bread made of cornmeal that's crumbly with a texture you are sure to enjoy. Great on its own or smothered in a healthy helping of nice fresh butter. I have Carol's dinner rolls. We all know how dangerous rolls are when you have so much yummy food around, because the rolls are also delicious, but oh so filling. Carol's dinner rolls are the softest and best dinner rolls in the world. One has been placed at each setting at our tables in the main hall, which doesn't look like too many people still have them. But there are more on our bread course table for those who want seconds, or thirds, or fourths, or fifths. We have plenty. We also have Lynn's bread rolls, a lovely yeasted roll, risen twice, 2 times for extra lift. They are finished off with a buttered top to give it sheen and keep that top soft. Take 2. They are delightful. And finally, we have our Reese's Yorkshire puddings. Not Reese's like the candy. I know when I pronounced that, that sounded like that. Reese, the name. Yes, Reese's Yorkshire puddings. A British classic. A baked or baked? Baked, I think. A baked pudding made of simple ingredients that when prepared comes together to form a truly remarkable accompaniment to any meal, including our spectacular Thanksgiving feast here at Tingledom Castle. Love having everyone together for our Thanksgiving feast. Now to the best part of the meal, dessert. Our first dessert is a carrot souffle. Light, airy, buttery, carroty deliciousness. Everything you'd want in a festive dessert. It's also our pumpkin bread. The flavors of fall come together in this deliciously moist bread. Cinnamon, pumpkin, and maple syrup all combine for this sweet and substantial bread. Don't know if you heard my belly rumble. I am ready for our feast to begin. So we have Grandma's sticky buns. Ooey, gooey, and oh so enjoyable. Grandma's sticky buns are dense, cooked fully, and smothered in a sweet glaze from the pan sauce, studded with pecans. Also, Kiara's pumpkin roll, delicate pumpkin cake, is rolled with a sweet cream cheese filling for this glorious dessert. It's served in little attractive swirl slices. So beautiful. I love them. Now chocolate mint brownies. These will be eating until Christmas. They just feel like Christmas to me. Dense and fudgy brownies with a layer of peppermint filling, and then topped with a decadent chocolate ganache. Absolutely divine. Now, next is flan. a heavenly caramel custard prepared in traditional Spanish fashion, covered atop with a clear and ethereal caramel sauce. And our crumbles. Rhubarb, apple, and mixed berry crumble are all on offer, topped with a crumbly topping, which will ensure you get some of this buttery goodness in every single bite. Try one, try all. Best served with vanilla ice cream, but can also stand alone. Very simple and delicious dessert is Jade's pound cake and vanilla ice cream. This is dense and delicious vanilla pound cake, which is sliced and topped with a healthy scoop of vanilla ice cream. Simple and delectable. And finally, Dad's coconut macaroons. Chewy and moist on the inside with crisp and golden exteriors. These macaroons are sure to satisfy. Served plain and dipped in dark chocolate. Now we cannot have a Thanksgiving meal without our delicious selection of pies. Read you the blurb from the menu. The true star of every Thanksgiving, our selection of pies. With our pies, you can get vanilla ice cream in any number of servings. Vanilla bean, plain vanilla, or very cheap and nasty vanilla for that ultimate nostalgia factor. You can also get it topped with whipped cream or Cool Whip. The ultimate classic is Jennifer's pumpkin pie. Delicately cooked into a buttery crust, Jennifer's pumpkin pie is spiced with cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, cloves, and just the tiniest hint of allspice. Cooked to a custard-like consistency. I personally love it. The dollop of fresh whipped cream. In the same vein, we have sweet potato pie a la Milico. The other pie of the season, our sweet potato pie, is cooked with butter, spices, and eggs to form a custardy filling inside of a flaky pie crust. Apple pie, popular all the year round. Perfectly rolled pie crust sits as the base, and over the top of this show-stopping pie. This particular recipe has won awards. Inside are 3 varieties of apple, all peeled and cored and cooked until they are falling apart, spiced with cinnamon and then topped with a lattice crust. A pie as beautiful as it is delicious. And of course, you also need a Dutch apple pie. Layers of apple spiced with cinnamon are topped with an amazing brown sugar crumb topping, all enfolded in a for those pecan lovers out there. Never know how to say it. You hear people say pecan, pecan. I think I end up going in between and saying pecan. I don't know. Anyway, I know. Y'all are hungry. This pie is chock full of pecans. Enrobed in a sweet and buttery filling, set of course in a classic pie crust, best topped with whipped cream or Cool Whip. 2 more pies. Lynn's lemon meringue pie, a bright and tart way to end your meal. Perfectly smooth lemon curd sits directly on top of the pie crust, which is then topped with a healthy portion of slightly sweetened meringue, which is moderately toasted on top. And finally, our cherry pie, a light and flaky pie crust enrobes a sweet, slightly tart cherry pie filling with a beautiful, gorgeous lattice crust. Now that concludes the food menu. Just give you a brief rundown on our drinks. There are drink stations throughout, and then of course on the west wall is the full bar. The drinks of note today are our Aunt Clarice punch. This is a stupendous punch from Aunt Clarice's kitchen. Combines traditional Hawaiian punch, pineapple juice, and Sprite to delight your taste buds. We have Sprite, Pepsi, and Coke, sweet tea, coffee, teas, and cocos, and of course, we always have our water. And I know some of you are rolling your eyes, but don't roll your eyes about this water. This is farmed from the top of Tingledom Mountains. It is the freshest and most pristine water source in the world. It's served in beautiful bottles. It is the best water. Now, as I said, our bar is on the west wall. A large variety of cocktails and alcoholic beverages, full complement of beers, wines, ciders, and spirits. May I also suggest that you try our celebratory cocktail for Thanksgiving 2020, the Cider Sipper, available in both virgin and alcoholic versions. I know our Tingledom bartenders have been working all year on this one, and I think you're gonna like it. Now we also have our juice bar for this way. You can create your own combination of juice. A juice attendant will make it for you. Now that concludes the reading of the menu. Thank you all for being here. And without any further ado,